Good morning and welcome. I'm Sherry Singer, Executive Director of the American Liver Foundation New England Division. On behalf of our local team and national leaders, I want to thank each of you for supporting our virtual Liver Life Walk for 2020. This year is certainly a different kind of walk, and we'll miss seeing all of our family, medical, and sponsorship teams in Rhode Island and Massachusetts this spring. More than anything, I hope that you and your family are safe and healthy. That's the most important thing to all of us. Since 1976, the American Liver Foundation has provided a voice for more than 30 million Americans living with liver disease. ALF's mission is to promote education, advocacy, support services, and research for the prevention, treatment, and cure of liver disease. Each of you shares in our success during this incredible time, and your generosity and enthusiasm will continue to have a life-changing impact on the patients and families who turn to the American Liver Foundation every day to help in their fight, more so during this frightening pandemic that has affected us all. In addition to our amazing New England staff, Lindsay Ventura, Community Outreach and Education Manager, Katie Coughlin, Events Manager, and Julia Weinstein, Events Coordinator, I want to thank our Liver Life Walk supporters, our national bronze sponsors, Salix Pharmaceuticals, and our local sponsors, Enanta, Albireo, Gilead, Kaleido, and Intercept, as well as our in-kind sponsor, Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza. Please make sure to end your day with a celebration from Anthony's. They are generously donating 20% of all takeout or outside seating orders today back to the ALF as part of their National Day of Giving. Plus, they have amazing pizzas. I also want to thank our New England Division board member, led by Deb Tully, President, and our Medical Advisory Committee members, led by Chair Isabel Zacharias from UMass Medical Center. Finally, this event could not have been such a first-time success without all our team captains, virtual walkers, and supporters. This health crisis has left every one of us in a challenging state of flux and fear. However, your ongoing support for the American Liver Foundation mission, despite each of your personal situations, is so valuable to the ongoing health and strength of the American Liver Foundation and what we all strive to give back to each of you. I wish you all a safe and healthy summer. We look forward to seeing you in person under better circumstances soon. Be well, be safe, and ALF thanks you. I'd now like to ask Lindsay to say a couple of words.
Thanks, Sherry. I couldn't echo Sherry's sentiments anymore. Our gratitude for your support now means so much to us. We're very lucky here in New England to have Sherry at our helm as we navigate these difficult times. Over the last couple of months, the American Liver Foundation has been hard at work converting what have traditionally been in-person events like this walk and our programs onto different virtual platforms. We are dedicated to continue bringing information and resources to people living with liver disease throughout the United States, and especially here in New England. We are hopeful of the day that we get to meet again in person, but until then, we will continue to bring you online resources, including our COVID response page, a number of different webinars catered towards patients as well as caregivers. Liver disease can be difficult to navigate during typical times, and we know that right now, during this pandemic, it presents brand new challenges for all of you. Please know that we are here for you, and we will continue to be here for you. I look forward to the day that we can meet again, but until then, know that we're here, we're thinking of you, and we want you to stay positive and healthy. Now to turn it over to the two ladies that made this virtual walk truly come alive and bring our community together over the last 8 weeks, Katie Coughlin and Julia Weinstein.
Thank you, Lindsay. Hello, everyone. I'm Katie Coughlin. I'm the newest member of the New England team here at ALF. I've started at the beginning of March, so it has been a wild ride as we make this transition for sure. So thank you so much for everyone who helped us put together today's program, all of our volunteers. We couldn't have done it without you, so thank you so much. And as a staff partner, it's been very humbling to see people working with us so hard to still raise those vital dollars that we really do need to make a difference. So without your fundraising support, we would not be able to provide this very essential programming for all of the people living with liver disease. So thank you so much, and I really hope you enjoyed today's program. Now on to Julia.
Thanks, Katie.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for the first virtual Liver Life Walk. My name is Julia Weinstein, and I'm the events coordinator for the American Liver Foundation New England Division. This walk season has been a bit different, but we are amazed at the commitment and dedication of all of you who have still shown a tremendous amount of support. An ALF event wouldn't be complete without a Liver Life champion. We are honored to share both of our Liver Life champions for Boston and Rhode Island. Our Liver Life champion for Boston is Megan McSweeney. Megan got involved with the ALF in June 2017 while her mother was in the hospital battling complications from a liver transplant. We are very lucky to have Megan as one of our most valued volunteers, not only at the local level, but as part of the National Patient Advisory Council. Our Liver Life champion from Rhode Island is Serafina Levesque. Serafina was born in July 2019. 48 hours after she was born, her mother got some troubling news that her baby was born with biliary atresia, a rare liver disease that only affects newborns. Her mother, Kendra, has been with her daughter every step of her progress. Today, Serafina is doing great. We hope that you enjoy these video messages from both Megan and Serafina and her mom, Kendra. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in better circumstances. Thanks, and go Liver!
Go Liver!
Go
Thank you. Go Liver!
Hi guys, I'm Megan, and I'm here to talk to you about the Liver Life Walk Boston and why I walk. And this is why I walk. This is my mom, Marie. Mom was diagnosed with NASH, or non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which is more easily remembered as the severe form of fatty liver disease back in 2012. She was pretty stable for about 4 years. Then in 2016, her liver disease became known as decompensated, which means that the body stops being able to compensate or make up for the failing organ. So mom's decompensated liver disease was hallmarked by hepatic encephalopathy, which is a form of confusion and personality changes that are temporary, but are due to the buildup of toxins in your body because the liver can't process them. Also common are fluid buildup, fatigue, and muscle weakness. Mom was listed for a liver transplant on November 1st, 2016. Her MELD score was 19. Now, a MELD score stands for Model of End-Stage Liver Disease. It's a calculation based on a bunch of factors that your doctor makes. In Massachusetts, when you have a blood type of my mom's, which is O positive, your MELD score generally has to be about 35 in order to get a deceased donor liver. Because mom's MELD score was relatively low, the doctors recommended that we look into a living donor transplant. My cousin David, who happened to have the same blood type as my mom, kind of very eagerly jumped forward and did all the battery of tests, and transplant was scheduled for February 21st, 2017. The surgery went beautifully, and they were recovering well. The liver was beautiful, but unfortunately, mom started to experience a lot of complications. The easiest way to put it, because it would take a long time to describe everything, is that she experienced almost every complication that was in the book and quite a few that weren't. Unfortunately, mom passed away on October 31st, 2017. And so we walk in her memory because she can't. So every year we form a team consisting of our family and our friends, and we walk in memory of my mom. So this year, obviously, we can't be together, but we're still going to form our team and we're still going to walk. And all the money that is raised from the Liver Life Walk Boston goes to the American Liver Foundation's New England Division, which helps supports family like us. So come walk with us, because even though we have to be apart, we're still in this together. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Hi everybody, my name is Kendra. This is my 10-month-old daughter Serafina, and we walk because she was born with a life-threatening liver disease called biliary atresia. We're really excited to be part of a community full of people who understand and have been through similar battles. It gives us peace of mind knowing that we're not alone in this, and that we are actually there to help others as others help us. We live in Rhode Island and spend most of our time hanging out with our big sister Juliana, getting into things, making mess, going to the playground, having lots of fun, tearing the house apart, you know, all the good stuff you have when you have two under two. It hasn't been easy to have two under two, and never mind with Serafina's diagnosis. We were unprepared. We didn't know until after she was born that she potentially had this disease, and her diagnosis wasn't confirmed until 24 days after birth when she went in for a HIDA scan. She was injected with radiographic material and monitored on a CT machine to see if it would pass through her liver, and it would be a good indicator whether or not she had a blockage or not. The HIDA scan was the final test that she had before her surgery. Leading up to then, she had blood work so many times I can't even count on two hands, urine samples, an abdominal ultrasound, a spinal x-ray, countless meets with doctors. Following her HIDA scan on July 25th, we were instructed to meet with her surgeon, Dr. Kirkabashi, to discuss further plans. And we decided that it's her best interest that we took her in to have a procedure called the Kasai procedure, where they removed her gallbladder and created a direct port between her liver and her small intestine for bile to drain from, instead of being backed up into her liver, causing more scar tissue. This helps her to live a life with the liver she has as long as she can until she needs a transplant. We were already there in September when she had a miracle and her numbers turned around. So right now she's actually doing really good. She's succeeding. She's hitting milestones. She got her NG tube out. She had her NG tube in from September to March, 6 months. She's been NG free for 2 months. She's gaining weight. She's 16 pounds. She's really thriving. That's the best thing to see. Serafina's birthday is actually coming up on July 1st. We're really excited. That also means she'll be a whole year post-op from her surgery, as it took place before she was even a month old. So we're really excited this year. We're hoping for even bigger things and an even healthier year. We have a lot of things under control, like her diet, a lot of medication management, seeing different special therapists for her to really have the best quality of life that she can right now. We're just really thankful for all the support we've received through this difficult time, and we want to send our love to everybody and to keep walking, and we hope to see you guys next year. Bye.
We are excited to present the team from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center with the Tribute Team Award. Team BIDMC is incredibly dedicated to our mission and has shown continued support for the American Liver Foundation through the years. Between 2008 and 2019, Team BIDMC raised a staggering $131,133.77. That's over $10,000 every single year in support of the American Liver Foundation. Team BIDMC is comprised not only of the dedicated healthcare providers who work tirelessly at the hospital, but also their patients and families. Through the work they do in the clinic and the compassion they show in the community, Team BIDMC truly embodies our mission. We hope you will join us in celebration of our tribute team. Thank you, BIDMC, for all you have done for the liver community and all you are doing now in the fight against COVID-19.
Hi, I'm Caroline Johorian. I'm one of the physicians on the Medical Advisory Committee. I first got involved with the American Liver Foundation when I was completing my GI fellowship and decided to run the Boston Marathon. Little did I know when I was picked to be on the American Liver Foundation marathon team, the community I was joining as a gastroenterologist, a runner, and as a friend of patients with liver disease. The American Liver Foundation means so much more than what meets the eye. They advocate for liver patients and their families in education, accessibility to healthcare and resources, and from a public health sector. I have had the opportunity to assist them with patient outreach and education, a huge asset in trying to break down the stigma that's associated with liver disease. As liver disease continues to be on the rise, it is of the utmost importance that we continue our support of this organization as they provide an expanding community and also a haven to support its patients, their families, and friends. Please consider helping the American Liver Foundation during these difficult times.
Hi everyone, my name is Paul Wrighton and I am a member of the Medical Advisory Committee for the New England branch of the ALF. And I'd really like to thank everybody so much for participating in this year's Liver Life Walk. These are extraordinary times, and I want you all to know that we at the American Liver Foundation appreciate your time, your energy, and your enthusiasm now more than ever. So the Medical Advisory Committee is a group of researchers and medical professionals that help and guide the ALF in their missions. And those missions are really to support patients with education about liver diseases and about how to access the right kinds of healthcare. So finding a physician or a support group, but also the ALF aims to support liver researchers like myself. And so I thought I would take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my personal story, how I got involved with liver research and the ALF in general, and how they've come to support my work. So I first became interested in the liver as a graduate student at the University of Wisconsin, where I studied human embryonic stem cells. And these are really incredible cells that we can grow in a dish and get almost unlimited quantities of them. And then by providing them the right signals or cues or environments, we can turn them from stem cells that don't really have a function into specific functional cells. So they can become heart cells, they can become liver cells, or they can become brain cells if we give them certain kinds of signals. And so the hope is that if we discover and understand these signals well enough to coax them into functional cells, we might eventually be able to grow tissues for organ transplantation purposes. That's a little bit far out in the future for right now, but they're also very good for modeling different diseases and for screening different kinds of drugs. But my work in the lab really focused on understanding the very early steps that a stem cell takes to become a liver cell. And this really got me interested in developmental biology and the processes by which an embryo specifies different organs during development. So if you think about an organ or an embryo, when it's first created, it is just a lump of cells, and these cells don't have any purpose. But as it grows and grows, they become different types of more and more specialized cells, and then you get a liver and you get a heart. And understanding how nature specifies a liver to develop in the first place is a major goal of my current work. So after I graduated at the University of Wisconsin, I moved here to Boston, and I joined Wolfram Gosling's lab at Brigham and Women's Hospital. And Wolfram is a gastroenterologist and an oncologist, so he's a doctor that specializes in liver cancer. And what drew me to his group was his unique strategy for studying liver cancer. So they actually study developmental biology primarily. So the signals that cause a stem cell in an embryo to turn into a liver cell are actually turned off once in the adult liver. So once the liver is formed, it no longer needs these signals that is telling it to become a liver. It is a liver. So, but however, in cancer, these same developmental signals can actually turn back on, and this is what drives the growth of many types of liver cancer. So it's our lab's goal to better understand liver cancer by better understanding the signals that cause a liver to grow in an embryo in the first place. And to do this, we use a really unique system. We study a tiny aquarium fish called the zebrafish. And these fish are about this big, and they have really cool stripes, and you can actually find them at your local pet store, probably labeled as zebra danios. These fish have livers that are actually remarkably similar to human livers. They perform the same kinds of functions. They can help with blood clotting, they can rid the body of toxins, and they help to change food into energy that the body can use. Importantly, they also develop liver cancer in the same kinds of ways that humans do. And so our group studies both the developing zebrafish liver, and we can cause these fish to develop liver cancer as adults, and then it's our goal to better understand both of these processes and ultimately to find new treatments for liver cancer. So when I began this work, I applied for and received a research fellowship through the American Liver Foundation, which helped to pay part of my salary. And I'm incredibly thankful for this. The work we do in the lab is actually supported entirely by two main groups. The first is the federal government. So through the NIH, or the National Institutes of Health, we get most of our funding through that organization, but we also get a substantial portion of our funding through charities and foundations like the American Liver Foundation. So thank you to all of you taxpayers out there for supporting the NIH, and also thank you to all of the ALF donors and fundraisers. You guys are incredible. Through this fellowship, though, I got to know the ALF organization, and especially the great people here at the New England division. So hi, Sherry, Lindsay, and Julia. You guys are great. And now serving on the medical advisory committee for the ALF is kind of my way to give back to this organization and to help support its missions and patients with liver disease. So with that, I'd just like to thank everyone again for your tireless efforts with fundraising, your time, your energy in these crazy, crazy times. So today on the walk, please everybody be safe. Please wear a mask when you're out in public and during the walk. Please wash your hands and avoid touching your face. And just know that these social sacrifices that we're all making now are really doing a lot to protect the most vulnerable amongst us, especially those immunocompromised patients, such as liver transplant recipients. So the things that we're doing now are tough, but they're really helping protect a lot of people that we love. So thank you, be safe, enjoy the walk, and go liver.
Despite being able to hold in-person programs or special events, the American Liver Foundation remains committed to supporting people living with liver disease and their families. To that end, we would like to share a couple testimonies with you from people who have benefited from those services we have provided over the last couple months. The first testimony we would like to share with you was submitted by Andreas. I would like to introduce you to our small family, consisting of my wife, Selena, our 1.5-year-old son, and myself. On January 2nd of this year, our small family moved to Boston from Denmark due to my new job at the Danish consulate. Both my wife and I are healthcare professionals by training, and Boston is a truly amazing city to live in, side by side with some of the world's leading hospitals, pharmaceutical and biotech companies, and universities. We had so many plans, weekend trips, family visits, enjoying life in the US. In March, everything changed as the world was hit by one of the worst pandemics in modern history. Around the time the stay-at-home order in Massachusetts was announced, we were also surprised that my wife is expecting our second child. This incredible news was also wrought with anxiety. During my wife's first pregnancy, she became very ill and was diagnosed with autoimmune hepatitis, or AIH. We found ourselves facing the task of navigating an unknown healthcare system uniquely different from that in our home of Denmark during a pandemic. After more than 2 days of searching online, looking up every high-risk OBGYN covered by our insurance nearby our home, I gave up. As for a hepatologist, I had very little hope that we would ever find one with a unique interest in women's health and pregnancy. I was truly frustrated. At some point, I recalled that patient foundations in the US play an important role for patients, families, and research. Despite being nervous that no one would reply due to the pandemic, I called the American Liver Foundation in New England. In hindsight, I should have done so as soon as I learned my wife was pregnant. The team replied immediately to my call and quickly understood our situation. Talking to Lindsay at ALF New England has been an amazing support for our small family. We have received more help than we could have hoped for. Lindsay listened to our situation, connected us to patients in the area in similar situations, women who had been pregnant with autoimmune hepatitis, and even helped us find the right OBGYN and gastroenterologist with the right experience. In one phone call and a couple of emails, we went from anxious, nervous, and frustrated to calm, positive, and a feeling that we were in good hands. We still have an interesting journey ahead of us with the soon-to-be family member on her way and living in Boston post-pandemic. We are looking forward to meeting the wonderful local ALF team in Boston, as well as the rest of the liver community. Thank you all for the support, time, kindness, and love.
Hi, my name is Phil Shin. I'm a member of the American Liver Foundation New England Division Boston Marathon team. Just want to share my own testimony with regards to American Liver Foundation's virtual content series that was shared with us over the past couple of months. The content's just been amazing in helping me navigate through this COVID world as a recent liver transplant recipient from last September. The content's been truly amazing in terms of helping me figure out what's safe and what's not safe, specifically with regards to the immunosuppression that I'm on. So I'm very grateful for the content that you've provided. I've actually gone as far as to share that content with my own transplant support group here in Los Angeles at Keck USC Medical Center, as we have our own transplant support group that has a member of over 20 people that have had recent organ transplants. So, and they've also provided me with amazing feedback with regards to how helpful that the content's been. So thank you very much as we continue to navigate through this COVID world and hopefully come out safe, healthy, and thriving by the time it's all over. So thanks very much.
We now would like to take a moment to highlight and recognize a few teams and individuals who have truly shined throughout these past 8 weeks. Congratulations to our top fundraising team from Boston, Enanta Pharmaceuticals. Congratulations to our top fundraising team from Rhode Island, Team Albireo Hepatic Heroes. Congratulations to our top fundraiser from Boston, Chinwe Ukamaru from Team Novartis. Congratulations to our top fundraiser from Rhode Island, Kendra Levesque from Team Albireo Hepatic Heroes. Congratulations to the team with the most participants from Boston, Team Albireo. Congratulations to the team with the most participants from Rhode Island, Team Cruz. Thank you to our Liver Life champion from Boston, Megan McSweeney from Team McSweeney's Pride. Thank you to our Liver Life champion from Rhode Island, Serafina Levesque from Team Albireo Hepatic Heroes. Thank you to our tribute team, Team BIDMC Liver Givers. Congratulations to our social butterfly, Jackie Valente from Team Jacko, who has been extremely active on social media throughout these past 8 weeks. Congratulations for taking the most steps in Boston, Kristen Alexa from Team Zebrafish. And congratulations to Kendra Levesque for taking the most steps in Rhode Island for Team Albireo Hepatic Heroes. Thank you so much to everyone who participated in the event. We look forward to seeing you next year.
We want to say thank you again for all of our amazing sponsors, team captains, walkers, and everyone else who contributed today to make this event a true success in unforeseen times. Before our national event at 1 p.m., we encourage you and everyone else to go outside and take a walk. Take a picture on your walk and share it in our comments section. We look forward to seeing everyone soon under better circumstances, and we hope you all have a safe and happy summer.
Thank you for tuning into our virtual Liver Life Walk event. We hope you enjoyed the program. Keep the celebration going by ordering Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza today, who is generously giving back 20% of all orders that mention the American Liver Foundation. Thanks so much. Bye.
Thank you.
The American Liver Foundation would once again like to say thank you to all of the supporters of this year's first ever virtual Liver Life Walk. From all of our walkers who participated over the last 8 weeks and raised essential funds in the fight against liver disease, to our corporate sponsors, both nationally and locally, we couldn't have done it without you. We would like to say a particular thanks to Salix Pharmaceuticals, as they were the national bronze sponsor for all of the Liver Life Walks this year. Additionally, we received incredible local support from some small businesses and large who reached into their pockets in the midst of the economic turmoil faced by our country. Despite the unknown future that many companies are facing, these businesses supported the American Liver Foundation and our work in the fight against liver disease. Thank you to our Boston local sponsors, including Albireo, Enanta Pharmaceuticals, Intercept, and Kaleido, and we'd also like to say thank you to Gilead for their support in Rhode Island. Finally, please join us in saying thank you in person when you go to Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza later today to pick up your takeout order, 20% of which will go back to the American Liver Foundation. Thank you again. all of you, and go liver.